Welcome to another episode of Opinions Anonymous. We're here live in person with each other to record a very special sort of surprise episode.
Surprise.
Right? So
very surprising to all of us.
Yeah. My name is Andy, and with me as always are the two Lukes, Luke and other Luke. And of course, our good friend Kyle. Woo-hoo! And I think we as a threesome over here, we don't know what the nature of this episode is.
That's a great point.
Called us here for a specific reason.
We are in Luke's basement, and he said, we're going to podcast. So here we are.
I just unshackled everybody. Podcasting, one of my favorite things to do. Obviously, you'll know that from the Two Lukes podcast, which we're apologetic for the past week and a half, 2.5 weeks that have been a little crazy. You'll know Kyle and I from
Happy Half Hour?
Happy Half Hour.
That's the one.
You just
we keep it rolling.
And you'll remember Andy from 2007 when we used to podcast as a group.
Primarily from the best podcast you've never heard. And now defunct show.
But the last time us four did podcast, we had a very popular segment. So we're starting there. The segment that we love and Andy hates, it's Famous Foursomes.
Okay.
All right. So we get to sit back and relax. And Andy tells us which one of each of us are.
I had forgot this existed. So it's fun.
100%. I was getting ready to do like an impromptu, describe what a movie is just based on the title of it. That's what I thought I was doing.
Same. I was so scared that I was going to do that again.
Famous foursome today. The Rugrats, Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil. Or if you want to combine Phil and Lil, I'll let you put Angelica in there.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't hate that because Phil and Lil rolls off your tongue like one person.
Yeah.
Phil and Lil.
And that almost has to be you two or else us two because we're both Luke. So let's put Phil and Lil together
as one.
Angelica as another one.
And we are a gender neutral podcast, so Phil and Lil is one. Just makes sense.
Yeah, I feel real good about that. And suddenly it's informing a lot of my choice for who that's going to be. All right, so famous foursomes for the Rugrats. Ooh, the Angelica dynamic is.
None of us want to be Angelica, but somebody has to be.
Really? We're gonna have a struggle to pick who the asshole of the group is. All right. I'll let you pick. This is your segment.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but that's a pretty asshole move.
It's not me, by the way.
Luke's gonna be disappointed.
See, this is another one. Sometimes there's I have a really good feeling, a real good feel for what I'm gonna say, and this is one where I'm like, man, it's been probably 15 years since I've really even thought about the Rugrats.
I think that's healthier than it is. Yeah. That's good for you.
I had a tenuous grasp of what the names even were until you offered them up to me, which I feel pretty good about now. Boy. This is interesting.
It's a good way to put it. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I think I'll start off with the easy one, which is Luke. I would make you our Tommy. I think you have to be the sort of the leader of the group. That
means I'm Angelica.
Of course, you're Angelica.
That's fair.
Yeah,
it's fair.
I don't know if that is the case. I don't know.
Unless you make yourself Angelica, and you shouldn't.
I feel like you're leading me towards something.
No, I'm glad I'm Tommy. I'm the baby of the group. That's fine.
I was gonna say before
babies.
Is there an older or a younger?
I think
Angelica's older, but I think all the others are.
What I was gonna say before you listed any of us, if you could imagine each of us in diapers, maybe it'd help. But
yeah. Let me take off my pants.
So I'm gonna have to imagine you guys with more clothes.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard, but you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah. All right. I don't know who a Chucky is. I don't know that I feel like none of us can be Chucky. Well, someone has to be Chucky.
Two of you have great hair.
Two of us do have great hair.
Chucky kind of have the great hair, man.
I'll be honest, he does kind of have the great hair, and that does feel like a Kyle move. However,
I'm Angelica.
No. I was gonna almost put myself as Angelica because who's bringing the group down more than me. So there's a Phil and Lil Chucky dynamic over here that I have to decide on, and I don't know which way that I can go.
I personally feel like that's easy if I was in your shoes.
You feel like the Chucky.
I feel like the Phil and Lil because
like
there need to be two of me to make me entertaining.
Wow. Okay. And there are kind of two of them. There are kind of two Luke. So that puts Kyle. No one really has a nervous energy the way Chucky does.
I suddenly feel better about Tommy.
Right.
Yeah, I thought Luke was the Chucky.
I'm pretty nervous.
I guess that would be my. You don't get the nervous.
Dad, he
energy
loves
of the
wearing
Chucky.
orange. Chucky has orange hair.
It's true. That's true. I guess we're going by.
I still think I'm Angelica.
It could be. Look, I'm gotta be honest. I just wanted to be Angelica.
You're rusty. I think you're rusty is the
Okay.
answer. Yeah.
I haven't thought about.
He's
I
off
haven't
his
thought
game.
about either Rugrats or the four of us in a combined room.
Since
Anytime.
man, wow.
Well, we're gonna get that rust knocked off because we have 12 more of these to do.
Oh no!
This is an all foursomes podcast.
It's just you guys throw a group of 4 people out and be like, you have to decide which ones we are to our faces. This was a lot easier to do.
The
when
4
it's
face
like
card.
Yeah, when it's Zoom.
strange.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't have to look you guys in the eye and tell you you're the Angelica.
I can't wait till we do Luke, Andy, and Kyle in a little bit. So that'll be fun.
I'm for sure the Luke. Oh man, feels good to like just get back into the old bits though.
Yeah. Well, if you ever finish this one, we got some more coming up, huh?
I thought we were.
No, I think that one's finished. That
I
was
think
good.
we're determined there.
Okay,
We're
go
determined
ahead.
there. We got the Tommy. Luke, you're the Tommy. Other Luke, you're the Phil and Lil. Kyle, you're the Chucky, and I'm the Angelica.
All right.
That
So
leaves Dill to be
until
someone else.
The random kid that runs down the stairs.
Yeah,
there will be one.
It will happen, folks. You wait.
Yeah.
You just wait.
I was going.
For those of you watching at home, every time a kid's run down the stairs, take a drink. Take a drink. Just do it. It'll be fun.
I don't
It'll be fun.
I support that. Let's keep going.
It could be water. Whatever you got next to you. Just take a drink.
drink more water.
Stay hydrated, homies.
I was going Kyle as the sure Angelica there.
Oh, okay.
Luke just thinks that because all my funny jokes are around him.
This is what I didn't want to like.
Andy, I
didn't wanna,
don't
like,
ever
nail
make
down
fun
the-
of Andy's. He doesn't do me that way.
I didn't want to necessarily like nail down the just Kyle's the asshole.
Oh, I would have loved to nail down Andy.
We got a Max Caster MJF going on right in front of us.
It's happening.
So I did just take a trip to Austin, Texas.
Oh, did you try?
I got great gifts for everyone. Not from Austin, Texas. Those came from Europe. Not what I'm going to get to yet. Those are exciting, and I can't wait to talk about it. But I did pick you guys up a quick, great gift from Austin, Texas. So thought, what better time than now to
What a sweetie.
bring out the first of 2 wonderful gifts today.
What a sweetie.
No, you shouldn't have.
The first one I'm going to give to other Luke because I spoiled it and then decided to buy it. Here are some socks that say, well,
Well, show the camera.
Children, please cover your ears. It says, "Fuck off, I'm gaming."
oh, hey.
Fuck off, I'm gaming. Yes.
Hell yeah.
which was a close second to what I was going to give Andy because it would have fit. But
Yeah.
there was one other pair of socks that I thought fit you. I don't know if it says I'm an adventure man or I'm an adventure
Comma,
man.
Yeah.
But you get the
okay.
adventure socks.
So you meant more of a fit my personality. and
Yeah.
Obviously, these wouldn't fit my body. Maybe as individuals, they would fit my whole body.
Yeah. So I'll keep those because they didn't have size 1.
Yes. Yeah. They don't make.
Are those
these in
like
size.
pantyhose? Or
It's a sleeping bag, right?
That's
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh,
I am absolutely touched by these.
And Kyle, I got the listen. My options weren't great. Okay.
Oh no, I don't like that. You could have just given me the gift.
What do you mean?
You could have just not said that.
Adam had to leave already. I got him golf socks that said, like, I'm a golf guy, real big golf guy. Like they're all pretty sarcastic, but I thought this one fit you well, so I'm just gonna give you those. All right. So, I feel like you would wear those.
Oh,
Your team sucks. I do like that.
That's really nice.
You would wear those.
I am a big fan of just hating on everybody on the internet. So those of you at home thinking I hate your team, I do. Your team sucks.
Yeah, I would say nothing encapsulates any of our attitudes as much as that. Honestly,
Perfect.
That's probably good. I got myself.
I love them though.
I got myself Sunday socks, football. Nothing else matters. Because I love.
So tell me a little bit more about what what inspired this.
Did you buy them all at one store?
I did. In the airport.
The airport.
These are $97 socks.
So every time I walk through the airport and see like the makeup store, I'm like, who buys makeup here? And I see that who buys socks here? You're the guy. You're the one who buys socks at airports.
Well, my understanding is that these are duty free. You didn't want to pay any taxes
Right.
on them.
Yes.
So that's why.
So here's the thing. Okay, we have not gotten together in, I mean,
A number of months.
several months. We've not had just us together in a long time. I wanted to buy something special, and I had looked a long time ago at something that I really wanted. A couple things. I'm going to tell you one of them that I'll probably end up buying eventually. Custom bobbleheads, just of everybody, right? Like I feel like that would be awesome. You have your bobblehead, you have your bobblehead. They are outrageously expensive, and I never found it. So I found something that I thought was a suitable replacement, and had everybody in my cart ready to go. And then we just never hung out. So I never checked out. And we figured out that we were going to get together today. So I went to check out, found out this was in Europe. So I had to expedite the shipping to maybe get here. Wasn't sure that they would even get here. So I was in Texas, and I was trying to get something for the boys, actually. And I saw these socks, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to have anything at all. And my favorite thing, honestly, not even exaggerating, is getting you guys ridiculous gifts. So I saw these socks, and I saw this one, and I sent it to Luke, and I was like, hey, I'm going to buy you these. And then I sat there for like a minute longer, and you might have responded like, oh, that's hilarious. And I was like, I'm buying everybody socks. So that's how this came about, because I wasn't sure if the other thing was going to arrive. I'm not ready to get into the other thing yet. So
that's fine. I feel like it's better if it's a total surprise, regardless of what it is.
do you want to?
But I was just going to say, I mean, once again, reiterating, coming from Europe, you expedited the shipping and just got here yesterday. So it's not. Like...
No. Do you want to know? Like, maybe tell them what I've told you about it.
Floor is yours.
The first thing you told me is it might be Pokemon related, which
Oh.
might have just been to get me excited.
I hate that he
because
said
I like
might have
Pokemon.
been, because that either means it is or it isn't.
And then-
Which, to be fair, everything in the universe either is or is not Pokemon related.
But here's the thing that's even more confusing than that. The next thing he told me was, oh, I'm trying to decide whether or not I open it to make changes to it or not, or just give it to you how it is. Is he going to evolve the Pokemon before we get them? Or like,
That's not
I
fair.
have no idea.
You're gonna have to stay tuned to figure out what is
Cliffhanger.
happening, because
Am I gonna get like a Gengar, but it's nicknamed something really dumb?
I don't want it. I don't want it.
JK.
this gets
I'm sure
it gets worse and funnier. That's why we're live here tonight. All right. Before then, I want to talk about something. I also recently, before I went to Austin, went to Florida on a quick vacation with my family, which was spectacular. And while I was there, while I was there, I got from a couple places soft pretzels, which I know I sent you a picture of. I am, without a doubt, a soft pretzel connoisseur. I want every soft pretzel that exists.
The one I trust the most with soft pretzel reviews.
Yes.
You.
Yeah. So that's what I want and everything. I want to know, are you guys like connoisseurs of anything? particularly food, but even if it's non-food, like maybe you love socks, you buy Woolly, you buy short, but soft pretzels. If I go somewhere that has a soft pretzel on the menu, I will buy it. Now I've had microwave soft pretzels, from places.
Which you should.
Yeah. And I've had some of the most fantastic at like a German pub or something. But everywhere I go, if there's a soft pretzel, I will try it. Is there anything you guys will absolutely get if you see it?
Oh, okay, gotcha. So like, yeah, I'm not very discerning in terms of like my palate or like.
Sure.
If you ask me like what the best X dish you've ever had is, like, I don't have an answer for that. But if I go somewhere that has like a California style like fish taco on the menu, it kind of doesn't matter where I am. I'm gonna get it, right?
In Indiana, you will get that California fish.
Do you off your head have a top 3 you've ever had? Maybe a top 1 if top 3 is too many.
Really no. This is what I was talking about. I'm so bad at like remembering like.
But you're just gonna try it.
I know that that's a dish I really like.
I guess even more fun. Do you have it like top 3 worst? Do you have one you've tried and you're like, I did not like that at all?
Even less.
Okay.
So if that's your favorite, do you have a place where you're like, oh, I want to go there and get some of these tacos because I'm craving?
Tell the listeners where you like.
I didn't know if you had a regular place you frequented.
It's honestly, I probably should.
That's what you tune in for, folks. Not recommendations, just that Andy likes fish tacos.
I do.
So serious.
I've only ever made them at home. So.
Okay, so serious question. You live in Ohio. We're in
Northern
Indiana.
Cincinnati.
All right. Take it easy giving up my address. But
You live at 5532. So will you get fish tacos
yeah,
here?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a second.
And you're comfortable with that.
Frozen for a while.
Okay.
But they're still good.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
This is a topic for another podcast. People who are like too bougie, like enjoy fish in the Midwest. Get out of here. Like you can find pretty good fish.
I will be
products.
taking your socks back.
Yeah, and I'm not like asking them to pull something out of the Ohio.
Right? Yeah.
Like it's just like whatever you got in there.
Do you remember when Taco Bell had their shrimp tacos?
No.
Okay. That's the one thing that I've never found another person that remembers it. And I'm wondering if it was just Greensburg made a.
Did you just have a fever dream and that's what it was?
This is what I was.
All right. So fish, California.
Let's move on from that. Maybe do something else.
Cut points. Kyle.
Yeah. I get buffalo wings at any place that offers them. And I love them.
See, that's a better answer because
I know. Clearly, I mean, it wasn't hard to be better than your answer. Luke loves this. I'm probably making fun of someone else.
Yeah, loser. Kyle, have you had the new Arby's boneless buffalo wings?
I have not, but I'm excited that they give you that. I think the reason I'm straying away from it is because it's like 6 wings and fries, but they don't offer you the curly fries. It's 6 wings and crinkle cut fries for $5. And Arby's. I go to Arby's for curly fries.
I asked, they won't let you substitute. They tell you to get the fuck out.
That's a lie.
Where are we?
I respect that about Arby's, though.
Hardline stance.
That's
on
right.
menu
We have asked too much of our fast food workers these days. It's about time they stand back and say no.
Yeah. It's like, remember when Burger King was like, have it your way? Arby's like, I don't think so. Pal.
You'll have it our way and you'll fucking like it.
What do we add on Arby's as a brand?
It's great, but expensive. I love going to Arby's with my mom's buying.
Right. I love it, but
it's a lot of hate.
No, it doesn't deserve it. But when I go there, it's few and far between. But I will spend like $20 getting, I want one of these and one of these and one of these. But I know I'm not going to eat there again for 3 or 4 months, so I can justify it.
But they do send you coupons in the mail, so you gotta utilize those.
Interesting point.
This is going way back. Do you remember the opinion of the week?
That was
of which week? Let me filter through.
If I remember correctly.
This segment. I was
like,
like,
dive into OA lore for a second. I think that was a segment that I pitched as an idea.
Well, boy, are you in for a treat because Arby's top 2 fast food chains.
It's good. I love Arby's. I do. It's a good
So
restaurant.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Fill out the rest of that top 2.
This may be controversial. Taco Bell for me.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Okay with that.
All
To be
right.
fun-
Okay
fair,
with
my,
that.
my favorite new saying is when I really love something, like, I don't know, let's just say, we'll just pick favorite colleges because it's easier because Purdue games on. Like, I would be like, Purdue's top 2 college and ain't number 2. I just love saying that, like saying top 2 and ain't 2. Like, it's just a fun thing to say.
So I love Arby's.
So like Luke, like Taco Bell's top 2 and ain't 2.
Ain't number 2. All right. I love Arby's. I love Taco Bell, but Arby's. So I didn't know
Arby's
that.
just has that variety. Like, it's like, oh, do I want roast beef? Do I want a great chicken sandwich? Do I want fucking mozzarella sticks? That's cool.
I was gonna say, I think they have the best chicken sandwiches. Like,
they have it's like a chicken bacon Swiss sandwich.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
incredible.
that is it.
and the chicken cordon bleu, you
The-
get ham on your chicken.
Actually, like the last time I was home, I
Like, come on.
Which is why they chicken cordon bleu.
I just want no words.
That is great, though.
you at home, think about it. Ham on your chicken. Did you think about it? You thought about it. All right, now we're back. So, but yeah, like my mom went to Arby's a couple weekends ago and happened to be home. She's like, "You want to take anything?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Just give me a sandwich, whatever." And like, I got the chicken bacon Swiss, and she got one herself, and she was like, "Kyle, that's a good sandwich." I was like, "I know, Mom. It's great.
It's the
Like,
best.
It has the Jane Walby seal of approval that it's a good fast food chicken sandwich."
I do not like burgers. I do not like burgers, which I think is probably why these two are top 2 for me. Now,
We'll
granted,
talk about that later, but it's okay.
yeah. Well, I'll eat like the McDonald's. I guess I say when I don't like burgers, I will not go to a sit down restaurant and ever order a burger. Never.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
fair.
the thick
That's
burgers. I
think that I hate that like restaurants think that a better burger means a bigger burger. No, you can't. A better burger is a wider burger. I
Yeah.
want to be able to eat it in one bite and get all the flavors.
Yeah. I went to the Dominican Republic and ate a bad burger once.
Sick frag.
What did I get? Food poisoning? Yeah, that was great. Okay.
But you had like one of the most exotic food in the DR.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that you went all the way to Dominican Republic just to order a burger. You deserve that food poisoning. I'll say it. I'll say it.
I do appreciate that you didn't call it like the DR or something like that. Like you go there all the time. You're like Dominican Republic.
Yeah, no. I went and this guy had a grill sitting by the pool and said that he had the
this
best
guy
burgers
had a
on the resort. I
So
got
this guy
sick.
was tailgating a sick wave.
It's a cool one.
Anyway, have we only gotten through 1.5?
I said chicken wings, and here we are.
Okay, all right.
You're a connoisseur of something.
He forgot the
I'm
question.
not like kind of how you say you get pretzel bites everywhere. I feel like I get mozzarella sticks most places.
Love it.
But even then, like I typically order so much with my meal, I don't get appetizers enough. So I'd probably switch around and say sweet tea.
Okay.
I'm almost everywhere I go, I will get a sweet tea.
I've walked next door with you before.
I mean, even while we're speaking of fast food restaurants, I think Wendy's has the best sweet tea like 80% of the time.
Didn't even know they had
The other
sweet tea.
20% of the time, it tastes like dog water. But like that 80% of the time, it's really good. You just have to cross your fingers and hope that
Dog
you got
water
the
is a
right
great
one.
way to dog something. I'm gonna steal that from you if you don't mind. That's a good
Because
dog
like me
water.
and my wife, we will go there.
That was.
My wife and I, we will go there. We will get sweet teas, and one of us tries it, and the other one's always like, "Is it good today?" Like, so it's still a question mark, but when it's good, it is very good.
I love that. That's a dice roll.
Yeah.
A dice roll is like one of my favorite things. Like sometimes if the times that it's bad makes the times that it's good that much better.
I like to imagine like you're depending on the Wendy's head brewmaster to brew you a good match.
Hey. You have to know.
So connoisseur of pretzel bites, basically connoisseur of nothing. If we decided not a good answer. Connoisseur of buffalo
Wing
wings,
swing.
connoisseur
I think
of-
we created a great appetizer sampler
A pretty sick
with our
meal.
connoisseurs. Yeah.
One thing
I would order the Opinions Anonymous appetizer sampler.
one thing I want to bring up because we tried to do this in Chicago. It was halfway successful. Something that everyone here should do, everyone listening should do. You guys have heard of bar crawls, right?
What are those?
Where you go to each bar, you order a drink.
Wow, thank you for explaining.
Try an app crawl.
Oh.
Huh?
It was attempted.
Huh? So go to one place, order a soft pretzel. Go to the next place, order some mozzarella sticks. Go to the next place, order some wings. An app crawl, if you've not tried it, try it. All right?
The
Just gonna
only
throw that
app
out there.
call I'm used to doing is through my phone. Am I right?
Tinder,
We'll give
Bumble,
Andy this
Christian
one.
Mingle.
That terrible joke aside, I'm shell shocked by this idea, and can't believe that this is the first time that we've discussed it. This is
So
incredible.
we attempted this, but we did it wrong the first time. Okay.
How did it go wrong? Let people know.
It-
Let people
yes.
know. We don't know the right way to do it, but here's
Very
the wrong
easy.
way to
The
do
way
it.
he just explained it is not how we did it.
We ordered 3 apps at the first restaurant, and then said, "Shoot, we should have done this differently."
I like that we said shoot.
So-
Shoot, God, dadgummit, we're full.
We were. So the second restaurant had phenomenal apps, and we were so full, we did go to the third place and get
Just a
more apps,
shame.
I would
Yeah.
say. But that developed the app crawl, which I think is underrated.
I feel like here's the problem. Here's your number one problem with that is if it was just you two guys, you get 3 apps at the first place, right? That makes sense. But with just 2 guys, you're gonna sit there and you're talking and you're having a beer or whatever. So you're just gonna sit there and like eat the whole thing, right?
Yes.
You have like 10 people, right?
Everybody,
better.
everybody gets
Boom,
one
you're getting
bite.
like a
Better.
bite,
Yeah.
2 bites of everything.
Yeah.
Boom, move on to the
Yes.
next.
So what
And
Andy is saying is make more friends.
Also,
Well, that ain't
another
happening.
issue is not all of the food was great. I think there was something that we were like,
Yeah.
not great. But given the size of me, I don't think this is going to surprise you. I'm not going to leave food there. I'm going to finish
like,
the
I
bag.
think,
finished the
I think a
3
lot of
So-
us being where we're from, we're raised in households where you don't waste food. Like,
So,
you
yeah,
just have to. It's
It
like-
would have been great if I ate what I wanted and then was like, hey, let's try stuff at the other place. But I was like, there's still more
I
there.
come-
I'm going to keep
I come
shoving
from
it
a
in.
mother who will rewash and reuse plastic bags. All right. I don't leave food on the table.
She's the first. People don't know this. She was like the first like Greenpeace type
Yeah,
organization.
Mama Jane.
Save the
Yeah.
planet one bag at a time.
It was
Come
basically
on.
if it wasn't like marinate meat in a bag, she's rewashing and reusing it.
Great idea. All right, so app crawl. Luke, I see you rummaging through your notes app.
Are you putting in an order on Chili's for an appetizer?
No. Even better, I want to touch on
Will
something
you
that
please?
I want to touch on something that I think might be fun. I would consider us all very close friends, but how we got here today is a little bit different. I want to know, how did everyone meet? Like, we did all go to the same high school, but for me, this is
True.
very interesting
It's
for
true.
each of you. So I want to know, how did everyone meet?
I see you looking at me very intently.
I'm
the
sorry.
3 of you to start. No, so we, I would say that we probably met first out of all of us, or like maybe started hanging out
No, Kyle's my cousin.
realistically.
He means
Oh.
from his perspective.
Yes.
He met you.
I was going to comment on. Did you want me to tell you guys how all of you met? Is that
No,
My
not
memory's
necessarily.
terrible, so I'm
Not
fine if
necessarily.
everyone else
I
goes
think-
first. And
I think
reminds
you
me.
just say how you met all of us.
Yeah.
I didn't know if this was
Yeah.
turning into another like Andy improv
No,
exercise,
not this
or
time.
just like make up a story.
That's coming
Those
next.
don't go well. So no.
It's not great. Because we grew up like
Yes.
feet away from each other,
Yeah.
basically, right? So
Some would say a razor scooter drive away.
yeah, or like a pair of rollerblades. You know,
Yeah.
that was something that happened a lot. But just from like growing up in the neighborhood, and that was actually probably first where I met you, Kyle, as well.
I didn't
Because-
even realize I met you. Probably that was probably
I
like,
think I agree.
Yeah.
But because you used to babysit your cousin Eric and Kyle.
yeah.
And like me and my brothers would just like show up from time to time while
Yeah.
that was happening, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably how
You guys were
actually
special guest referees in the match.
You just didn't know it.
would be that.
We'll get there in a moment.
I just wanna
That's
get
called a
the-
teaser,
I
folks.
can't wait till the YouTube video comes out and there's a freeze frame on that like thing with my camera for minutes. No, but then so I probably got to know you better like years later. But
Yeah, right,
I probably
absolutely,
known
absolutely.
you since you were
Right.
6, 7, 8 years old or
Mhm,
whatever.
for sure.
And then other Luke, you and I want to say like maybe I think 3rd grade was maybe the first time that we like were in the same homeroom class. 'Cause we're the exact same age, right? So like 3rd grade, we're in Miss Bachman's class together.
It's true. That is true.
And so that was the first time
I had
that,
her
like,
in third grade as
we
well.
really-
What's up?
Blammo. That was the first time that like we really like became friends. We're
Right.
in that class. Like we probably knew each other, but not like.
Yeah,
like, we
I would
would hang
agree.
out in
Yeah.
the same
Are you guys
class.
1 year older than Kyle?
No,
3.
Yeah, we're.
I'm young, surprisingly. I don't get to say that
How-
often.
He's
How much older?
I'm
am I than
currently
you?
28.
Okay.
We are 31. You
I'm
are also
47.
You are 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to remember when my mom wanted me to watch you, she thought you were responsible.
You do have to think. You do have to think that there was like there was an age difference between you two that made sense.
Did you graduate in 09?
Yes.
I thought you were way
In
younger
fact,
than
we
me.
both did.
I thought you were way older than I. Sorry that I picked you up earlier. and
That's
hugged
gonna
you
be
and
the best
gave you-
part of this
Well, we've
story. No,
known
this is
each other
great.
for so
Luke's
long.
telling us how old he is.
Is this? Sorry, was that also an improv exercise that I was supposed to be doing?
No, no.
Making up a story about how old I am.
So, do you care if I jump in?
I would love you to.
One story I want to jump in on because of the scooter comment. I grew up in St. Maurice, Indiana, and if you don't know where St.
Bustling
Maurice,
metropolis.
if you don't know where St. Maurice,
They got a
Indiana
great
is,
feed mill. Check it out.
I know that you don't.
Yeah, I saw an otter there on the way.
I
Rehash material from earlier in today.
It could have just been a big rat. We don't know.
only funny for us. I didn't wear shoes most of my life.
That's a funny comment. Out of context, that's a hilarious comment.
I could outrun anybody
I-
in the United
I
States.
didn't wear shoes.
I could outrun anybody in the United States on gravel barefoot, and I think that's
Okay.
accurate.
That's an interesting concept. Because I understand what you mean.
For sure.
That's a total skill. It's a complete skill.
It
That's
is.
not something
Yes.
where you're just like.
I also hate that as I've
Fractions
gotten
weird.
older, my gravel feet suck.
Yes.
I walk on like 2 steps on gravel. I'm like, ow, this hurts.
I'm wearing a shoe and I step on a
Right.
rock.
Like, back
and
in
I'm
the day,
like-
right, we would sprint across gravel.
I used to ride my scooter barefoot, which was fine, except for when I would go slightly past your house to my cousin Adam's down the hill,
Yeah.
and I had to brake the entire way down the hill on bare feet.
That gets hot.
That's real hot. That's real hot. That's the only part of the story I want to mention.
You know, it's interesting because if we were older, wiser people, we
Not
would've
us.
I would.
Not us.
You would have just like dropped off a pair of shoes at our house,
Yes, of course.
and then
Yeah,
you scooter down to our house, stop in, knock on the door.
didn't happen.
Hey,
I have a question. How
Andy,
did you
Mom.
scooter up the gravel road? Like your
Up
parents,
the hill.
your parents' driveway was gravel, wasn't it?
I would run with my scooter because my feet didn't have
All right.
feeling. So how I met everyone, the best part about all of it, I love every one of these stories. I hung out with your older brother, Steve, who is 1 year older than me.
Yes.
And at times we designated you as like the pest, like Andy wants to hang out with
What?
I didn't. Yeah.
Shocking nobody. I feel like sometimes you still label me as that. But
My favorite story, which I'm pretty sure is podcast material at this point, but when I accidentally killed your spider monkeys and you cried and we got in trouble.
hang on. Not spider monkeys, because that's a totally different story.
Oh, what
The
it
sea monkeys.
seems
How many critters of them has you killed?
dad's a pet. Okay.
This is changes from a story where I live in like a jungle with a bunch of actual like 12 monkeys and I killed them all. No, yeah,
Sea
I had
monkeys.
a little container of sea monkeys that I was very excited about.
Now, for the listeners, if you don't know what a sea monkey is, it's a imaginary creature in a tiny vat of water. There was So this is at the point where I'm like fairly comfortable at your house because I'm there all the time. I see a tiny vat of water next to the sink and I just pick it up and dump it into the sink, like thinking I'm helping out. Come to find out, this is Andy's sea monkey farm. Sorry. No, I did. I thought I was just like helping. you might
Wow,
joke.
That was the most casual mass murder I've ever heard. So I
I did.
Murdered a lot of them.
I mean, to be fair, though, why would you put them by the sink?
I
near their natural habitat.
Why would you go dumping shit out there and not your house? You're at Andy's parents' house just dumping shit out. Like, what's your deal? Like,
all right, we have two sides of the story.
I don't
I
agree
thought-
with either of you at the
I'm
moment.
not saying the universe is right.
I thought I was helping out by putting dishes into the sink.
Considerate of you when you think about it.
It's got to be such a blow, though. Like, I'm helping out the Cider family. I killed their pet.
It was
Flip
not.
out my last name.
It was yeah. It was not until an hour later when you found out I destroyed your
Life.
sea monkeys, and that's one of my like memories I'll never forget.
Very funny. Because you guys have to understand the container of these. These were
This big, right? Like you're,
very small, but also like visible, not like a cup in any way.
No,
right?
no.
It would have been like
A petri
little-
dish.
No, like a
Like a
little,
goldfish home.
Yeah.
like looking back, I
something weird.
shouldn't
It
have.
had like little colorful rocks in the bottom.
Yeah. So there is a happy ending to this story. The sea monkeys recovered. They're alive to this day.
Just in the sewage system.
Yeah, they're full-fledged spider monkeys now. They grew up. They got out of the water. No,
All right.
They live in the pond at my parents' property now because I'm sure that's where the drain went.
That's a different story. Kyle and I, some you know, some you don't, are relatives. We're cousins.
Cousins, can't you see the resemblance? We look so much alike.
Much more attractive than me. I babysat Kyle, as was mentioned, and you know, it was fine. At the time, you were probably a pest at the time too.
I'm sure you hate me. I have so many
Common
good
theme.
memories from it. So I would love to tell my side of the story.
You'll
I
get
think-
there.
Like,
We sorry. Well, so I babysat you. We didn't talk hard. I mean,
you
not
didn't
like
just baby. There were others you babysat
sure,
as well, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
one other of our cousins.
But then probably 10 years to where we didn't really have much of
You're
anything.
right. Yeah, I didn't talk to you probably from like age 16 through age 26.
Yeah, and then somehow
You started a podcast and you said, "Hey Kyle, you want to
got looped back in.
episode?" And
Not what it's been a month now when we probably had the best time we've ever had as two individuals. When you came over, we sat here in those seats over there off camera for 12 hours straight, just us two.
just us two.
One other guy came up for a little
I
bit.
showed up at noon. We sat there and drank for 12 hours and watched college football.
But like we bonded. Like, we are so much closer today than I ever would have thought, ever imaginable.
Yep, absolutely.
I bet we text 4 days a week.
I say this all the time. If nothing else, I know this podcast will never make us famous, but I'm thankful for it because it made me and Luke friends again.
I love everybody.
And I got nothing else to say. It is.
Sorry
I
for
love
the-
it.
I
It's-
want to make
Waterworks.
fun of you for saying that, but like I can't be that much of an asshole.
right. Yeah.
That's
Like
sweet.
it is.
Yeah.
Because it's your turn. How did I meet you?
This is probably the best story.
I don't yet know.
Who are you?
Where are you?
The first time that I can actually remember us having interaction and meeting in person, you stood outside of my house for 20 minutes knocking on the door. And I just don't expect anybody to knock on the door. And
I didn't know you were a stranger.
you're like, I'm like, what are you doing knocking? And you're like, I've never met you in my life. I wasn't just going to walk into your house. And I was like, we've never met before, have we?
It's a great point because, like, if you go to a place you've never been before, obviously it's like, I hope it's the right spot, right? But like, I don't know about you guys. I had that.
I can't imagine your anxiety
that
levels
sort of-
of just knocking and no one answering.
So I have that kind of anxiety, like today, when I
Yeah.
walk in and it says your last name on the front door. I'm like, hope this is the right.
On the front door, it says the last name of the people who own this house before us. So
The bench has.
Who are you? The bench.
Yes.
all right, cut.
As you heard so far from Andy and Luke's stories, we did know each other, and
It's a weird thing to say.
most things I say are weird, so that's good. On brand. And yeah, as I refer to him now, cousin Luke watched me. I can't believe. Did my mom pay you to babysit me?
She still owes $47.12, but she did pay most
Some
weeks.
outstanding invoices. Yikes.
Which is wild, but also probably earned, because I do. Like I said, I remember it was me and our other cousin, name redacted. We had a great time. The things I remember the most were you had a PlayStation 2, and I thought that was freaking sweet. And then you introduced me to like WWF back in the day, wrestling. And you'd introduce me to how to properly sell a chair shot to the head.
First thing,
Yes.
first thing every kid should know. Really.
Yeah. I mean,
Think
I
about
think
it.
that's how it got me through life. But the it's weird if like I had like highlight points of like, because you probably did this for what, a few years? It was a few summers.
Yeah,
It was,
for sure.
it was probably, it wasn't just like it was one summer and we jam packed all that into it. But
No,
it was probably a few summers, and
the first two you couldn't sell a chair shot.
I
mean, you were.
but I got better.
Back in season 3.
I definitely remember like one of these probably had to be my first summer. It was you were videotaping me and cousin wrestling, and he was the older cousin. He was supposed to beat me in this match, and he had me in a sharpshooter, and he was like, tap out. And I was trying to sell, I'm like, no, I won't. And he's like, no, I'm telling you to sell, like tap out. I was like, oh yeah, tap out. Like I didn't realize it. He was just telling me to tap out, and I was trying to be cool, being like, no, I'm not gonna.
I'm not going to. You passed out.
But he
You
was like,
passed out from the
He was
pain.
like, no, you idiot, tap out.
Man, can you believe these canned storylines? Oh, he's the older cousin, so he had to win. Jeez.
Seeing the two of you stand next to each other, that's not believable at all.
Right.
I also vividly remember. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Andy. Not only crying with the sea monkeys, but crying after we DDT'd him on the cement once. I don't get it.
There were a couple of times.
Oh, God.
I almost got seriously injured.
Because Andy was smaller than he is today, which is hard to believe. So we could just throw him.
And you were taller than you were today.
Yeah, which is hard to believe. Yeah.
At least it seemed that way. Yeah.
It's like I had 3 big memories of you babysitting me. That was memory number 1. Memory number 2 was playing home run derby on the moon on Triple Play 2001.
Yes.
What a life-changing experience!
You're welcome.
You could bunt it into the outfield, so it was a great time. Just play
derby on the moon.
Triple Play 2001. I think that's where the peak of like baseball video games was.
You could just stop at video
MLB
games.
MVP 2005.
That's
Don't at me.
No, you're right. So I think that was the
Adam.
franchise. I'm pretty sure like that was the same like ownership group.
I have no idea. That's
But did they have the moon?
Mm-mm.
no.
So that's the one thing that gives this game the edge. But
They did not have a moon. No.
so yeah, you could just do home run maneuvers on the moon. You would literally hit like 1,000-foot home runs. And as a 12-year-old kid, I'm probably like 7.
Yeah, I feel like it shouldn't have been that.
Just hitting bombs. That's every 12-year-old's dream. And then yeah, you had SmackDown 2 Know Your Role, which might be the greatest wrestling video game of all time.
I'm not gonna fight that.
Okay. Yeah. That's clout.
There's an argument to be made, but not a clear cut. I mean, you can have a conversation.
So yeah, Luke just would let me play his video games all day, and my mom paid him. It was a win-win for both of us, really.
I would take that money and buy new video games.
Which I would play. It was great. So.
Wow, a vicious cycle. Think about it.
And then every now and then he'd make lunch. I don't know. It was something, but it was
About what I feed my kids today.
so that's how we met. And then yeah, we had this weird thing we call life, where we just didn't talk to each other. You went to college, I was 14. So naturally we didn't talk for a while.
I don't think I'm that old somehow. I don't think.
He's a baby. He's a baby.
Worst part is I married someone like his age. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fun story to talk about. Like I had a crush on
Stop.
Hold on.
I had a crush.
Do you know Luke?
I had a crush on Luke's wife, and she was way closer in age to me.
Yeah.
You really just powered through us.
You did, yeah. That point
can't-
didn't
I'm proud
work.
of you for using the past tense.
You
There.
can't keep
That's
a good man down. Yeah, I didn't say now.
I have woke up several times with Kyle in between me and my wife, and just let it go.
So how did you?
Yes,
Drew-
please.
You're right. Yes. Let's move on.
We can keep this moving.
It is a heartwarming story, though. The fact that Luke was like, I got started this podcast. Come on one day. And then I did. And now we talk every week, which it is. Like I said, if nothing else from this podcast forums, I love that we talk all the time. And I love him to death.
I agree.
So now I met these other two yahoos. It's I definitely know where our friendship formed was at Purdue because we all lived in the same house one year, but I know I met you guys before then. I feel like I met you because I was friends with your cousins, the Meyer boys, who are my age. And I think you always had awesome rock band parties at your house, your dad's house, random Friday nights. Like, so we just go over to Luke's dad's house and play rock band, and it was so much fun. He was the most incredible rock band bass player you've ever met. It's most people don't want to accept that. Everybody in the world is trying to be the singer, the guitarist, or the drummer, but Luke would gladly be the bassist, and he would rock it every time.
The bass was way easier than guitar, but you could be like, yeah, I play every song on Expert.
And
so
he did. He was the best bass player in the world. That, and I think one time he made Crickwater, and I was like, it's good shit.
This was when they were playing.
You think people know what Crickwater is?
Let's just move on. Let's keep going.
Yep, so that's how I met Luke. And how I met Andy, I honestly think how we met was like open gym basketball. Like, I think it was like my going into freshman year when I still thought I could play basketball. You're going into your senior year when you thought you could still play basketball.
Seemed unnecessary, but okay.
He's mad, but
but what it blossomed into was us just meeting at Midtown, which is our local diner, for biscuits and gravy every week. So
yeah, we did do that.
We did do that. Yeah,
every Wednesday.
I was a part of that group.
Yeah. See, we had this fun little group that every Wednesday they had this deal. It was the Midtown breakfast sandwich, which is basically your classic sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit covered in gravy. And that was the special every Wednesday. You get that for $4.16, including tax. I mean, what a deal! What a deal! Highway robbery. As high school kids, we were getting away with highway robbery.
Still goes.
But yeah, so every Wednesday we'd meet there, and I think that's how I remember our other cousin named Redacted would pick me up.
What gets redacted?
We're gonna give your last name, but not his
redacted.
first name.
If you are here, you're signed up.
You're fair game.
Hey,
You
tagged on
signed that
Twitter.
contract, okay? Sorry you haven't gotten paid.
It's fine. No, it's great.
Yeah,
That's
so
money.
we would go to Midtown Diner every Wednesday and just mound these breakfast sandwiches. As we should. They were great. They were great. Yeah, so I think that's how we met.
Just keep going.
I think we met over gravy.
It's accurate.
I love that you bring that up because I forgot we did that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would pick up Daniel and sometimes the twins and meet you guys over there, and it was
That was a great way to start your day as a high
Amazing.
school kid.
but like I was
That's what I was
glad.
gonna ask, but
What?
nothing.
We're spooked out by you picking up the twins.
The Root
right.
Bros.
This is a joke.
Oh, okay.
The Root Bros.
I was redacting
More or less-
names,
more or less
Kyle.
names.
Well, you said
More or
Daniel
less
and the
names.
twins, so I figured.
Keep going.
Anyway,
Please.
I intentionally
We're bad. If you would like us to redact your names, please don't tell us. We won't.
So I let you go first intentionally because I wasn't really sure where we like. I knew we were around each
Right,
other in
yeah.
high school, but we didn't actually become friends until college, kind of. So I mean, yeah, it goes back to probably you being in junior high would have been the first time we met, but it's not like we hung out.
Right.
And Andy, I'm glad you said third grade because my long-term memory is awful. So like I knew we were friends in elementary school. I knew we played basketball together in fifth grade, but I couldn't remember how much earlier it went. So there are my first two stories. Wonderful. I know I'm so great at this.
So get to the fun one.
But Luke's is a little more recent. So I was actually traveling a lot for work. I had a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back once a week. So that's when I was like, because at the time I was still closer to Andy even than you, but I knew Andy was doing this podcast. So I was like, I need something to fill these
Great marketing.
4 hours of driving.
Yeah. Was that this podcast or was that?
That was the best
podcast
podcast you've
Yeah.
never. And I,
TBPYNH.
it was
We
towards
didn't have a YouTube channel.
it was towards the end of that lifetime, or maybe even at the beginning of this one. But I went back and downloaded all those episodes to listen to them. And so, Luke, I knew who you were in high school, but I don't think we ever had a single interaction. Because I
Zero.
don't know why we would
No.
have. I mean, to be fair,
Spicy.
My favorite
The only
thing.
interaction you probably ever had was you ordering something at A&W and Luke had to be working.
My favorite thing about the Two Lukes podcast is that we have zero in common.
yeah.
Like,
So I just started listening to the podcast at that time. And I was like, people aren't like interacting with them. So I was like, I'm going to start commenting on the shows. And
the
stuff.
first person that does, we're like, "You want to be on the show?
Yeah.
You're hired."
So I commented on something wrestling related.
Sure.
And at that point, Luke was just like, hey, you want to come on? So I was like, okay, I guess. So I did. And then for some reason, I kept being included in the text messages to, hey, when are we recording this week? And I legitimately thought I was supposed to be deleted. I thought it was a one-off thing. But I just kept showing up. And finally, you were like, hey, all the guys are coming over. You want to come? And I am not outgoing at all. So I was like, okay, I think Andy's going to be there. So at least I'll know one person.
Okay, please be quiet.
You guys are
Okay.
gonna have to be next if you don't.
How'd you meet us?
So I was like, whatever. I know one person there. So that's better than knowing nobody. So yeah, I went over and awkwardly knocked on your door for a very long time. And
Keep
then,
going.
Then we met.
No, keep going.
And then we played poker for money, which in your text message said we were playing cards. So I didn't realize I needed to bring money. So I owed you like $11.47 after that night.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Came to a poker game with no money because I didn't specify poker. And
Which maybe is the biggest big brain move of all.
What was cool about that is how that happened, and the one person that you did actually know there, me, wasn't the one to like float you money. It was like person whose house this is. I need to borrow $20 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I guess sorry for that in retrospect. I just realized that was a pretty,
It's all right.
that was a pretty
It's
not
all right.
chill move. Anyway. Wow. Look at us.
I really enjoyed those stories, guys. I'm
Look at
not gonna
us.
lie, that was fun.
yeah. So we are where we are today. I'm gonna pull out the next gift. Well, the last gift. This is clearly it.
Oh, okay.
I hope it's not his penis.
It'll be blurred. No. So I think this is sort of me as a person. Not even trying to like give myself brownie points, but I ordered gifts for everybody. I'm gonna fill it like this because you cannot see anything.
You're right. We can see nothing.
Have one for Adam. He's not gonna get it. Actually ordered one for Alex, who couldn't be here tonight. Did this a couple times, as I mentioned, deleted the one, re-added everybody, added a couple people who weren't able to make it. So I was trying to delete because I was expediting the shipping, wanted everything to work. My intention was to order one of these for everyone. I forgot myself. I did not order the one gift I was getting everyone for myself. So
That's just how selfless you
that
are, you know?
it's I want to believe that. These are, I'm just going to pull these out at random. I don't want
Yeah.
anybody to look. Just keep looking at me or look awkwardly. Oh, Luke, you are first. So everybody's
I'm not
going to.
supposed to look at it.
Well, actually, I don't think you.
And this,
You can
at the-
sort of tell.
at the best, the most, the most meaningful moment of the podcast is, in fact, our first two instances of just
The lights
running
flickering.
Just
flickering lights.
No more lights. All right.
I would like to
How
know.
very interesting the timing is on that.
I still don't know if I'm supposed to look or not. I know.
You know what? Don't look. Let's
We're
each
doing great.
open these at the same time.
I love this idea.
Are we all just
do not no,
random little boxes for
just
everybody?
don't look. Yeah,
Okay.
if you look too hard, you'll know what they are.
Sorry for leaning back out of frame during that, but I have a pretty good feeling.
You do know.
I have a pretty good idea of what this
I
is.
got no idea.
This
I got
has
no
to be
idea.
you.
I have a
then.
really good idea.
So,
Oh, I'm allowed to look at the box. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought I
know.
couldn't look at what-
Once mine was the same as yours, I figured you could see.
but if you look at the box, you'll know. But these are gifts that I intended to get for everybody, including myself, so we could have a fun photo op. And I left myself out. But
You got socks.
these are slightly less, minus the shipping that I ended up expediting. Expensive than the bobbleheads, but I think still what I wanted to give you guys. So go ahead and open them.
No
Oh my
way.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
No way.
Never did. You
So
could.
these
You
are
could.
little-
They're Lego figures of
they're
us.
little Lego
You
figurines.
could have given me 1,000 guesses on what was in this box. Never would I have guessed that. But
Guys. Can we go into detail?
Yeah,
on
we're
this?
gonna have to go one
But
at a
also-
we
time.
need to go. I need to talk.
But also, it's.
I need to talk.
Go.
I'm wearing a Christmas Pikachu shirt,
Yes, you are.
and I've
Yes, you
got
are.
a bunch of little Pokeballs to go with him.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize the accessories are part of our thing.
Oh, you didn't realize that you had a drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
mine comes with a mug.
My little guy, he's wearing a cool hat.
It should, but I didn't open it and change it. It should be on backwards, Andy,
Backwards
because
would be
that's
better.
you, my man.
Backwards would be better. And he has a Game Boy, and the light is very interesting.
I don't know what he's playing. That's not.
I'm trying. It's very detailed. It's very
Yeah.
detailed. How good are we going to be able to pick these up on camera?
So I mean, let me just walk through what I did with these. Andy, for you, did the? I think these come off. I don't want to break. Yeah, these are just regular Legos. Backwards hat I loved because
of course.
normally you wear a backwards hat.
I do feel like I should be now.
Yeah.
It feels bad. to be
Um,
honest.
the outfit, which I put significant meaning into these outfits, it's the outside hoodie unbuttoned with a shirt underneath, which
Yeah,
is
classic.
it's a pretty classic.
Classic play.
And the gray pants. I got everybody name plated. I think you can see that. Maybe maybe
Can
not.
I make a comment?
Yeah.
I thought that was a number. I thought it was 0 Luke. So
That's a
I
no.
thought you named that, like
That's a
numbered
no.
them. 0 is Luke, 1 is Andy. No, it's a no. Okay.
Kyle, my favorite thing about Kyle is he has
I
perfect
love
hair.
mine. Yeah, the hair is great. I have a drink.
He has a drink, which was one thing I obviously wanted Kyle to have. Jeans with a, I think I went a sweatshirt because
Yeah.
you're usually, I know you don't like hoodies. It's a hoodie. You're more of a crew guy, but
That's okay. I understand.
beautiful for Kyle.
No, you crushed it. Thank you.
Oh, Luke, I saw the Pikachu Christmas and
I
had to
didn't
do
see
it.
this. Can you show the rest of us this Pikachu Christmas? It looked.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Christmas is an option, so I just clicked on it and it's like Pikachu, and I'm like, I've never heard of Pikachu, but I think it's a Pokemon. And then I'm gonna make him hold it. So
You'll be a good dad. You'll be a good
the Pokeball,
dad.
Pokeball.
Nailed it.
My wife and I play Pokeball once in a while, but it's no. So yeah, I hoped. I thought I ordered one for myself.
These
I
are the
didn't.
guys.
These are the guys.
Luke.
So can I ask what yours was going to be? Did you have a design picked out and everything for you?
So the reason I said that I needed to switch things was because I made Adams, but I found like a better shirt. So I was just going to swap out what I got him, a better shirt and like a weird tattooed arm for like Adam. And I was going to swap out their bodies. I don't know how this wound up that I probably just accidentally deleted it. Adams had a soft pretzel, which I was going to give to me, as you know, from earlier in this.
fair.
And a couple other accessories that I could pass out. So no biggie, but have one for him that I can surprise him at Christmas with. But yeah, I thought these were fun. I didn't realize
When we all got the same styled box, I never would have guessed this was going to be in there.
Did you
tell
know?
This
can I
is
tell
so-
you what I
I hate
Yeah,
how
yeah.
fucking thoughtful this is.
Yeah.
This is so nice
Such
of
a
you.
dick.
It
It really is. This is so nice of you.
It does really up the ante for what
Right.
inevitably.
We were just gonna get you a bottle of vanilla vodka.
Yeah. I did this well before Christmas just in case.
So what I saw the box and I saw a little bit of the back, but not enough. I thought it was going to be something for the Christmas village.
Oh,
I thought they were going to be like little tiny
Yeah.
people, like individuals of us that were going to go into the Christmas village, which
good, certainly.
technically still could.
Actually, I was gonna say, yeah.
but-
Would you mind if I left my guy here just hanging out?
Come on. You need to
It's where I
keep
feel
him.
like I belong. I belong
Ah,
in the village.
Yeah, if you
This
want
village
to,
doesn't
you
have
can.
any Pokemon in it. I gotta go
Yeah.
explore the
So this
world.
is incredible. Let me say thank you so much for
course.
these. These are
Round of
amazing.
applause. Round of applause.
And yeah, we'll likely replace all of us in every subsequent podcast.
Yes.
If you would like to, what we could do.
Yeah, would you like us to
is-
just leave those here and you can just record?
Well, see, yes, that's what I'm envisioning.
I meant to
a little bit.
say you're all fired. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
Fair,
you for your
fair.
It's the next one, you have this exact same angle, this exact same video setup, except there's little us's here, and then you're just recording, maybe with us over like an actual call.
Yeah,
Or maybe just
yeah.
by yourself, maybe doing the voices.
yeah, of each of you,
would
yes.
be very fun.
I loved it when I first saw it. I had no idea that minifigs Legos were only done in like Europe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That was the second thing that
I was
set me off.
gonna say I
like,
looked
Europe.
pretty European, but yeah, I'm glad you said it.
yeah.
I had no clue why you had to go to Europe for something Pokemon related, so I was completely
Does
lost.
seem like the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
These are amazing.
It was
Yeah,
fun,
to
way-
see your actual like.
So there were.
Is it gonna be weird if I just keep this in my pocket forever?
No,
Because I
you
kind of
should.
want to. I
I
like
turn
it, yeah.
mine into a necklace.
Yeah.
It's a talking
In
point.
typical Kyle fashion, I already lost my
The
cup.
cup literally went flying off and hit me in the shoe.
Yeah. Well, that means it's realistic. That was good. That was good.
Luke, do we have anything else that you want to discuss before we end this thing?
I've got nothing solid.
Anything liquid for
I
us?
think
Maybe gas.
I think those are incredible jokes. That was amazing. But in terms of a good moment to end on, I think this is very sweet,
Yeah.
and I don't think we're gonna top this with that.
Yeah, with as little as you want to give yourself credit, we will absolutely
That's
shower
not fair.
you in it.
What do we got?
You are possibly, behind my wife, the best gift giver that I know.
Yeah, also behind Luke's wife.
is where I love to be.
Kyle, that's a conversation for a different podcast, and we might have boxing gloves on.
That's
So,
fair.
well,
That's fair. Fair.
That said, if we don't have anything else to get to, I'm a little rusty at some of this stuff, but boy, I would love to.
Andy, take us out.
I think you should.
All right, so that does it, everybody, for another episode of Opinions Anonymous, the first in a long time with all of us on here. Make sure you guys go smash that subscribe, add, follow, whatever those buttons are. At Opinions Anon Pod on Twitter. We have a Facebook page as well. You're going to want to make sure to go to opinionsanonymous.com for some excellent blogging material and this YouTube channel that you may be watching right now, the Opinions Anonymous.
It'll be there.
YouTube
It'll be
channel.
there.
Hit the bell for notifications, all those things that everyone else tells you to do. We're also telling you to do those things. So thanks everybody for your support in that regard. I think that's all we've got for Luke, for other Luke, and for Kyle. I've been Andy. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.